Hello, everybody. Welcome back. And so we are going to, interestingly enough, right, continue with talking about the past. Today's rule is going to be over past continuous, right? So these are actions that started in the past and then may still be occurring, but something happened in between them. Right, so estas son acciones que comenzaron pues, en el pasado, continúan, so todavía están ocurriendo, pero algo pasó adentro de eso. Right, so something happened in between there. And this is called the past continuous. We use past continuous, and I'm just reading the rule, to talk about an action that had already started and was still continuing at a particular time. So hablamos de una acción que ya ha comenzado y estaba continuando mientras que algo ocurrió en un tiempo adentro de esa acción, right? So for example, and you'll notice that the biggest difference is the adding of ing, right? La diferencia es que le agregamos ing al verbo que estamos conjugando, right? The verb that we are conjugating, right? So Amy was shopping yesterday afternoon, right? So ahí estamos diciendo que Amy estaba en las compras ayer, right? Pero entendemos de esa oración que eso pasó en el pasado, right? She was shopping. At 4 o'clock, she was buying a raincoat, right? So a las 4, ella estaba comprando un, no sé, un raincoat, right? Whatever raincoat is in Spanish. What we have to understand is el tiempo de donde estamos hablando es en la primera. Amy was shopping yesterday afternoon. So afternoon es la palabra que es bien importante, right? Por ejemplo, si le quitábamos afternoon and we just wanted to talk about yesterday, then we could use past simple. Amy shopped yesterday con ed, nomás pasado simple. Amy shopped yesterday. Estamos diciendo que en un momento, pero nada específico, Amy andaba en las compras. Pero como le vamos a agregar un time frame, right? A time frame is el tiempo que está pasando mientras que algo ocurre, right? So en este caso es que en la tarde, in the afternoon, right? Since Amy was shopping specifically in the afternoon, then we have to use past continuous, right? So la acción comenzó ayer y continuó mientras algo más ocurrió o si estamos escribiendo un tiempo particular, right? If we're talking about a particular point in time, in this case, it was the afternoon. So we'll look at the second example. At 4 o'clock, Amy was buying a raincoat. So this one even has a more specific time, right? Es un tiempo más específico. Específicamente a las 4. A las 4, right? Amy estaba comprando un, and I really wish I knew the word for raincoat. We're just going to call it una chamarra. Right?
Impermeable.
I don't, I'll try to pronounce that word, impermeando. But yeah, so she was buying it, right, at 4.
Impermeable.
Infermable. Right?
Impermeable. Impermeable.
Impermeable.
Yes.
Impermeable. Okay.
Yes.
So at 4 o'clock, she was buying that raincoat, right? And so we want to describe that as a particular time, a specific time in the past, right? So that's the first, right, to talk about an action that already started and was continuing at a particular time. And then we can also use it to talk about two or more actions happening at the same time in the past. So, podemos, si estamos hablando de dos cosas que están ocurriendo al mismo tiempo en el pasado, right? So the first example is Linda was baking a cake and the children were making sandwiches. So ahí estamos hablando de dos diferentes cosas que están ocurriendo al mismo tiempo en el pasado, right? If we didn't care, si no los importaba a describir o mencionar o dar la información que las dos cosas están ocurriendo al mismo tiempo, podemos usar pasado simple. Por ejemplo, Linda baked a cake, right? Linda baked a cake, period. The children made sandwiches, right? The children made sandwiches. Otra vez, para entender que esas cosas están ocurriendo al mismo tiempo, necesito más información, right? Necesito el contexto de cómo estamos hablando, porque eso es ambiguo, right? We talk a lot about being ambiguous. So if I just say Linda baked a cake, the children made sandwiches, okay, maybe they did it at the same time. Maybe one happened in the morning and one happened in the afternoon. I don't even know if they happened yesterday, right? Like, I don't have a lot of information. No tengo mucha información sobre lo que ocurrió en esos dos acciones. Pero en la manera que está presentada en la cajita, right, in the box, then we know that the two things were happening at the same time. Linda was baking a cake. The children were making sandwiches. So I nomás en cómo lo escucho, how it hears, how it sounds to me, I kind of make the assumption that those two things are occurring at the same time, right? And we can even make it more obvious, right? Lo podemos hacer más obvio y ahorita vamos a enseñar cómo, right? We'll look at the second one. So while Amy was baking a cake, Mark was making sandwiches. So that sounds that's more clear, right? Eso hasta menos ambiguo, right? That's less ambiguous. While Amy was baking a cake. So while is mientras, right? Dentro del tiempo. While Amy was baking a cake, Mark, otra persona, estaba tomando otra acción, was making sandwiches. Las dos cosas ocurrieron en el pasado, pero entiendo que las dos cosas están pasando al mismo tiempo, uno entre otro, right? So, es manera de describir, pues, right? Like just to give an example, if you were trying to talk about something that happened, pues, mientras estaba recogiendo mi casa, encontré un anillo que perdí, right, 2 años antes, right? So while I was cleaning my house, I found a ring, right, that I lost a long time ago, or 2 years ago, right? So was cleaning is the past continuous. Nota que la segunda cláusula, I found, right, is not past continuous, right? Is past simple, right? I just conjugated find with it's an irregular verb, so the conjugation is just found, right? So las dos no necesitan hacer past continuous, right? You can have a past continuous statement and then just a regular past statement. Porque ¿cuántas veces encontré el anillo? Una vez. Eso nomás es pasado simple. Pero estoy hablando, describiendo una acción que sí estaba ocurriendo sobre mucho tiempo y otra acción ocurrió adentro de él. Mientras estaba limpiando, encontré un anillo. right? So while I was cleaning, I found a ring. But in this example, we're using two clauses, right? Dos cláusulas que las dos tienen pasado continuo, right? Amy was baking the cake y Mark was making sandwiches, right? Porque otra vez toma un poco de tiempo en hacer el sándwich, mientras que Amy está horneando el pastel. Esas dos acciones ocurren sobre un poco de tiempo. Right, nomás queremos entender que uno ocurrió adentro del otro. We often use these time expressions with past continuous. So no nomás es while, right? Tenemos otras expresiones que podemos usar mientras estamos hablando de past continuous. Por ejemplo, while, all day, the whole day, during, as, all night, the whole evening, before, right? Hay otras, right? Por ejemplo, si estamos dando el tiempo específico, como en este ejemplo, at 4 o'clock, right? That is a specific time, and then we would use past continuous. Estas son más expresiones, time expressions, más generales, right? More general. But you can always use a specific time as well. Right? Spelling rules for adding ing are the same as present continuous, right? Which is, esas reglas nomás es como si termina en consonante, vocal, consonante, entonces le agregas dos consonantes, por ejemplo, running, right? La palabra run, R-U-N, es consonante, vocal, consonante. So le agregas otro consonante, la N que termina, y entonces ING. So esas son las mismas reglas en usando ING, right? So the same rules apply to other usages of ING, right? So let's talk about some examples. So I was cleaning all day yesterday. I was cleaning all day yesterday, right? Why do I use past continuous? Because I use the phrase all day, right? Si nomás quería decir algo en pasado simple, I cleaned yesterday. I cleaned yesterday. That is past simple. Pero nota, sí hay como una diferencia de decir, yo limpié ayer y yo estaba limpiando todo el día ayer. Right? Hasta en español usamos diferentes verbos o los conjugamos en diferente manera para describir esas dos acciones. Si yo digo, yo limpié ayer, I cleaned yesterday. No se escuche, pues no sé cuánto tiempo me duró, right? A lo mejor sería una limpiada que sería, mucho tiempo, poquito tiempo, right? Nomás sé que en un momento de ayer limpié. Pero, right, si yo quiero dar emphasis, right? If I want to emphasize that I cleaned all day yesterday, pues me cambio, right? Estaba limpiando todo el día ayer, right? I was cleaning all day yesterday. Para significar que no nomás sería una cosa que ocurrió bien rápido adentro de ayer, pero que, right, pasó sobre todo el día, right? Again, giving that time frame, dando un tiempo donde está ocurriendo esa acción, right? Same thing with the whole day, right? I was cleaning the whole day. We already have some examples of during, all night, the whole evening, before. Before, right, is antes, right? Before I started cleaning, antes de que comencé, right, limpiar mi casa, before I started cleaning my house, I made sure I had enough pine sol. I don't know, right? Me aseguré que tenía suficiente, right, del producto que voy a usar para limpiar, right? We'll say fabuloso, right? So yeah, I'm talking about before, antes de que tomé una acción, right? Por mucho tiempo, ocurrió algo más, right? So we use that when we're talking about past continuous. I hope that was clear. So we have two ways, right? The positive and the negative, right? Positive, estaba haciendo algo. Negative, no estaba haciendo algo, right? So positive, something was happening. Negative, something wasn't happening, right? I was sleeping. He was sleeping. She was sleeping. It was sleeping, right? Again, in past simple, this would be what? I slept. He slept. It slept, right? But past continuous, I was sleeping. You were sleeping. We were sleeping. They were sleeping. To use it in the negative, I wasn't sleeping or was not sleeping, right? It was not sleeping, right? This is a little different than I was not asleep, right? I was not asleep, okay? So, porque sleeping es la acción, asleep es como describir el estado que estabas, right? The state you were in. But yeah, right? And then you were not sleeping, we were not sleeping, they were not sleeping. Otra vez, pasado continuous es porque a lo mejor queremos hacer un enfoque o vamos a hablar de algo que ocurrió mientras estaba dormido o en este caso que a lo mejor no estaba durmiendo, right? Okay. So we're going to look at some examples with the past continuous, and these are going to be for specific times, right? At 7 o'clock, we'll look at the first one. At 7 o'clock, John, right? Blank, 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 his face, right? And we're going to use the word wash. Again, if it was past simple, we would say John washed his face. At 7 o'clock, John washed his face. That's fine, right? Está bien. Pero, otra vez, a mejor lo que queremos hacer es describir algo o vamos a comenzar a describir algo que ocurrió dentro de eso. Nota que no necesita ser en la misma oración. It doesn't need to be in the same sentence. A mejor puede ser con la información que va a seguir de ahí. Pero a mejor lo que va a seguir es algo que ocurrió dentro que John estaba lavándose su carita, right? So at 7 o'clock, John was washing, right? So le agregamos el was o el were, dependiendo en el sujeto, and then ing al verbo que nos da, right? His face. A mejor también esto puede ser una respuesta si alguien me pregunta, right? If someone asks, oh, what was John doing at 7 o'clock? ¿Qué estaba haciendo John a las 7? Right? 5, 6, yeah, 7. Pues se estaba lavando su cara, right? John was washing his face, right? Right. It sounds a little weird. Se escucha un poquito extraño si alguien me pregunta, oh, what was John doing at 7 o'clock? John washed his face. It doesn't sound correct, right? ¿Qué estaba ocurriendo a las 7 con John? John se lavó su cara, right? Like, okay, John se lavó a las 7, right? Like, it sounds a little weird, right? So you would probably say, oh, se estaba lavando su cara. Right? Estaba lavando su cara. He was washing his face. That's how we would use it in English, right? Both are past continuous. Las dos son ejemplo en past continuous. Pero otra vez, si yo te pregunto, ¿qué estabas haciendo a las 10? Yo fui para la tienda. Ok. Oh, no, estaba yendo para la tienda, right? Porque ocurrió dentro de ese tiempo, right? Right, so you guys are going to do number 2 through 8 on your own. So I'll give you a little bit of time, probably about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and just try to work those out. Okay, and then we'll start right now. I feel like I should have some music going on. Also, I think I put an hour and 30 minutes on my timer. So we'll say another minute. Hola, Casimira.
Hola, maestro. I'm ready.
Ok, ahorita vamos a dar como unos 15 más segundos para asegurarnos que todos estamos listos. Okay, all right. So, Casimira, ¿me quieres hacer el favor de hacer la segunda?
At 10:30, John was drinking water.
Good. At 10:30, John was drinking water, right? Estaba tomando agua, right? Diferente de que tomó agua. Right? But, thank you. Do we have a volunteer for the next one?
Me.
Good.
At 12:10, John was sending an email.
Good. John was sending an email. All right, awesome. Thank you, Rita. All right, Luz, you want to try 4?
At 1:15, John and Susan were having lunch.
Good. Were having. We'll use were because John and Susan are they, right? Ellos. Thank you. All right, Marta, you want to do number 5?
At 6 o'clock, John and Pam were reading books.
Good. Were reading books, right? So at 6 o'clock, John and Pam were reading books. Estaban leyendo.
Question.
Yes.
Aquí no sería wasn't, porque están como en un carrito con mandado, ¿no?
Oh, you're right. Podemos incluir el negative. The first one isn't correct.
Yes.
We'll cut this whole thing out. You're right. I didn't make that clear, but this is weren't reading books. So you're right. So it were if they were in a library, but weren't because they were grocery shopping. And this one is wasn't because he wasn't washing his face. He was getting ready for work, right? He's putting on his long sleeve shirt. All right, and number 4 then is weren't having lunch. All right, thank you very much, Luz, for making that clear. And I apologize for confusing you, but yeah. So we had a picture and then choose if it was positive or negative, along with con, también conjugando. Thank you, Marta. Right, gracias.
You, de nada.
Number 6, does someone want to do number 6?
Me.
Okay, read it.
At 6:45, John was making soup.
Good, soup. Ándale. At 6:45, John was making soup. Good. All right. All right, Myra, do you want to try the 7th one?
Yes. At 20:20, John and Pam were eating dinner.
Good. We're eating dinner. Right. At 20:07, John and Pam were eating
Dinner.
Good.
Thank you.
And Yolanda, you want to do number 8, the last one?
Yes. At 10 to 12, John and Pam was watching TV in bed.
Okay, so vamos a hablar de eso. Primeramente,
John,
si es John and Pam, es que
son ellos.
Weren't.
ellos, they
Okay.
were, right? Usamos were. Y también si miramos el fotito, ¿están en la cama mirando televisión?
No.
No. So vamos a usarlo en negativo, right? So, ¿qué es negativo?
Weren't.
Weren't. Good. Ándale, dilo otra vez. At 10 to 12. Repítelo.
Weren't.
Sí, Yolanda, lo vamos a decir correcto. So, at 10 to 12.
Weren't watching. I'm Rita, sorry.
That's okay. ¿Estamos ahí, Yolanda, o...?
Yolanda.
A lo mejor la perdimos un momentito hasta. All right. Weren't
Watching.
watching. All right, good. 10 to 12, John and Pam weren't watching in. All right, good.
¿Cómo se pronuncia weren't?
Weren't.
Weren't?
Weren't.
Weren't.
Weren't. See, you did it right. You pronounced it correctly. Right? All right, so I'm going to mute everybody again, and we're going to go on to the next one. So, oh, that was grammar rule 2. Forgot grammar rule 1. All right. So, all right, we have more sentences here. Again, we're going to do the first one, and then you guys will do the rest on your own. So, we, what? Were studying, oops, sorry. Last night, we weren't watching TV. So nosotros estábamos estudiando anoche, no estábamos mirando o viendo televisión. Right? We weren't watching TV. Okay, so I'm going to give you another 2 minutes or a minute and a half, and you guys will finish this one. Oh, sorry I didn't say bye to Gobe. ¿Estás ahí? Bye bye. All right, we'll give it about 10 more seconds, and then we'll do the responses. Okay. So I'm just going to get. We have the second one, right? Someone here.
I can do the second one.
Okay.
The teacher was talking.
Good. But
the students were not listening.
good. Oops, sorry. Were not
Listening.
Yes, and remember, it's fine, está bien si usas were not. No necesitas usar la forma corta. Está correcto, right? Weren't and were not listening. Lo mismo, right? Exact same thing. Right, good. Number 3.
Me. I was shopping with Shelly yesterday.
Was shopping with Sally yesterday.
We weren't looking for a new table.
Good. We were looking for a new table. Awesome. Thank you, Rita. Myra, you want to take the next one?
Okay.
Oh,
While Tina was eating her breakfast, Hannah was sleeping.
Good. Hannah was sleeping. This is an example, like I said, with sleep, where you could also say Hannah was asleep, right? Estaba dormida, right?
Oh.
Good. Next, Casimira. Oh,
We didn't go on a picnic. It was raining all day.
good. It was raining all day, right? So otra vez, en este caso, si fuera usado pasado simple, it rained yesterday, right? Como se escucha como en un momento de ayer llovió, ya mejor van a preguntar, oh, pues nomás fueron ya cuando se terminó que la lluvia, pero quiere significar que no, estaba lloviendo todo el día. All right, Luz.
okay. I didn't see Henry. He wasn't standing
Good.
in line behind me.
Good, right? So no mira, Harry no estaba, right? He wasn't standing in line behind me. Good. Right, Marta?
At 9 o'clock last night, Pat was cooking. The children were cleaning.
Good, we're cleaning, right? Y este es un ejemplo donde es bien importante tomar esa pausa donde está la coma, porque no quieres decir que estaba cocinando los niños, right? You don't want to say Pat was cooking the children. You want to say Pat was cooking, the children were cleaning, right? So throw a little pause in there. And then, ¿la quieres seguir? Their rooms. And
Okay, perdón. Their rooms, and Brian was fixing the car.
good, right? And Brian was fixing the car. So otra vez, esto puede, muchas cosas, varias cosas pueden ocurrir entre otra cosa. All right, and who hasn't gone yet? ¿Alguien no? Leti, ¿no quieres tratar una, Ofelia? Leti?
Oh, me. Last night, Jane wasn't doing homework while
Mike.
and I were playing computer games. She was reading.
Good, she was reading, right? So last night, Jane wasn't doing homework while Mike and I were playing, right? She was reading, okay? Y otra vez, cuando usamos negativo, usualmente no lo vamos a usar para escribir cosas, más es como la vamos a usar para dar respuestas. We're going to use it more to give answers. So if someone asks us, oh, was Jane doing homework last night while you guys were playing video games? She'd be like, oh, no, she wasn't doing homework, right? Porque si nomás estás describiendo la situación, más vas a decir que, estaba leyendo mientras que estábamos jugando, right? She was reading while we were playing. So usually negatives are more for responses, right? To clarify, para clarificar lo que alguien no estaba haciendo. Si hay una pregunta sobre eso. Okay, pues I have a meeting, right? I have a meeting at 12. So we're going to have to end the class there. Pero espero que entiendan. Si tienen preguntas, pues nomás mándanmelas por Messenger. Pueden mirar el video otra vez. Pero sí, muchas gracias por asistir. Thank you very much for attending class. And like I said, voy a estar pensando en otros días o tiempos que puedo estar dando las clases. Y a ver si podemos encontrar otro tiempo. All right, y a lo mejor hasta otro día.
Okay, have a nice day. Thank you, teacher.
El fin de semana
you,
no se
Myra.
puede. Fin de semana no.
Lo pienso, a ver lo que pasa, a ver lo que ocurre.
Okay. Thank you, teacher. Bye.
No problem. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you, Arita. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, bye-bye. Bye.
Bye, Ofelia. Muchas gracias.
Bye.
All right. I'm going to end the meeting there. Have a good day, everybody.
See you Friday.
Mr.
Yes, see you
Hernandez,
Friday. What?
I need to, Mr. Hernandez.
Yes?
Sorry. No, sí, teníamos que poner el name.
Sí, pero también ya encontró otro maestro o maestra una habilidad de nomás sacar todos los que estuvieron de la junta. So, no es necesario, pero sí es una buena idea.
Bye.
Okay.
Margarita,
Have
bye-bye.
a great day.
Yes, have a good day, guys. Bye-bye. Y Margarita, ahorita escucho tu audio y te ayudo, ¿ok?
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.